Today, Precarious plays
Deus Ex, Mankind Divided.
Yeah? That bad? What is it?
I don't want to play video games.
Okay, well, we'll take the broccoli and save it for later. What do you mean you don't want to play video games?
I beat both of the games that have been causing me some anxiety, some frustration recently. I beat both of them in the same day, and I just felt so... I didn't feel victorious. I felt relieved. I felt like I had finished a task. Not that I had won a game, not that I had even, like, gotten absorbed in the fantasy and that I had, like, achieved some great feat. And also, I don't want to play this right now because fortunately it did it at the title screen, that the game crashed once before we started. And if it's gonna crash, I mean, that's like the most acceptable time.
Yeah, that's the best option available if crash is a must. So,
But I beat Fire Emblem Three Houses. Well, for the second time, technically. And I beat Metroid Dread later that same day, and I just... So, you know how things in memory tend to kind of get mushed down a little bit?
yeah.
They get distorted?
Yeah, they get caricatured almost sometimes. Like, whatever were the loudest pieces of it, they get louder and louder and block out nuance as you go along.
Right. So I looked up the dates, and there's no way that this is true. But I have a recollection of playing Metroid Fusion and and Fire Emblem, like the first one that came out in America, around the same time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess that's true in an adult sense, because they were only a year apart.
Yeah.
But at the time, I would have been barely a teenager.
Yeah.
So it would have been like a non-trivial percentage of my entire life apart.
Yeah, like whenever something is a year apart, that's a lot.
Yeah, when you're that age.
Yeah.
But the way I remember it, it's like, wow, I've been here before, playing Fire Emblem and Metroid around the same time. And in that context, it feels really bitter and disappointing. Because it's just...
Please don't make this meeting last any longer than it should.
Pardon?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was that?
The gist before we talk to Janice, I think, is that the person's name? Janus? Is that who we're here for? Yeah, Janus. I just feel drained from the experience. I just feel tired from having completed both of those games.
That's rough, buddy. I don't know what else to say.
Make this meeting last any longer than it should.
Maybe... Well, no, not maybe. You know that there are new, better, more fun, different games. It's a shame that, like, two properties that made us both so happy when they came out have been mangled so much over time, but, you know, Hyper Light Drifter is great.
Yeah, and that's not exactly a spring chicken at this point.
Well,
And hold on. So it is just sort of bitter having those two particular brands feel so exhausting to engage with.
mm-hmm.
And it's not exactly true that like there are suitable alternatives or replacements, because like when was the last time I played a really inventive, fresh, exciting Metroid style game?
Well, you'll have time to think about it.
Janus, if this is your idea of a face-to-face meeting, I'm not impressed.
Ooh,
You didn't think I would jump on a plane to Prague, did you?
I guess not.
that's so cool.
The conversation we recovered. You know who Manderley was talking to, don't you?
Robert Page, CEO of Page Industries and owner of the VersaLife Corporation. He's a multi-billionaire.
Doesn't mean we can't arrest both of them for conspiracy to commit murder. We heard Page give the order to kill Rucker.
In a recorded conversation that you obtained illegally. It's fruit from the poisonous tree, Mr. Jensen. It won't stand up in court.
What about this orchid, then? Can we find out more about it?
I think we should find out. I'm digging on my end, but there may be something you can do in Prague. VersaLife has an account at the Palisade Property Bank. If you can get to their data vault, we may find some of the answers we're looking for.
You're telling me to break into a bank?
Ark is being manipulated, set up to take the fall for something. Most likely another terror attack.
Fine. What about this Brown? Page mentioned him and some sort of council. Nathaniel Brown, maybe, head of the Santo Group?
Perhaps. Nathaniel Brown stands to earn trillions if the Human Restoration Act passes. But
Janus.
Adam, the site's been compromised. I just spotted sentry drones headed your way.
What? How? I wasn't
Oh,
followed.
man.
Maybe somebody at PRE detected Janus's hack into the electrical grid. I don't know. Just get out of there.
Did you see how cool they were scrambling the facial features?
Yeah,
That was so cool.
it was pretty neat.
Especially because it was uncanny, but not like that skin crawly, rip off your skin feeling of uncanny. That was so cool. What a neat visual effect. Oh my god, I've never seen anything like that.
Well, it's a lot like, oh, what's the modern technology that people are increasingly afraid of? Deepfake?
Yeah,
It's basically deepfake combined with the roulette boxes from Mario Kart.
I know. I just don't know why I've never seen it before. It's
It just never gets to the ding 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 ding.
yeah.
You just never get a banana.
That was just so cool.
Banana peel, I should say. Presumably there is a banana, but I guess you just eat it
No,
straight
DK
away.
has been in all the bananas.
I could just drop down into the sewers. I don't really have to engage with them at all. So I guess I'm just gonna go that route.
Bloop. Why not, right?
Yeah, done, right?
As far as I can see, yeah.
Easy. Pardon me.
Well, now you've made me pardon you, pardon me.
It's contagious.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. So I was playing it up. I was playing it up a little at the start of the session,
Yeah.
but So here's the thing about the modern gaming scene. Yes, indie games do provide an outlet for... Oh, damn. Come on, Jensen. No, just against the propane tank, man. Okay. So, the indie scene does provide an outlet for certain creative individuals to express themselves, right? But they still take a lot of cues from larger studios.
Anomaly detected.
Yeah.
Access granted.
So whenever you have a game that does well, there are going to be imitators, even if it's like subconscious.
Yeah.
A lot of times, some people will just be like, I'm just going to try to make this, but put a little twist on it, right? I don't want people to... I don't want to see the next 15 Metroid-style games taking cues from Metroid Dread. It's not worth that much attention. I mean, like, I landed on it's fine. That's my ultimate feeling. It's adequate. It is an adequate Metroid-style game that I don't consider to be worthy of its own... It's the genre that its series, that its predecessors spawned,
Yeah.
you know? If there hadn't been so much abuse just from the brand over like the last over a decade or so, I probably would feel more warmly towards it. I think that I would have liked it at least as Metroid Fusion. But as it stands, I mean, I would consider it to be an adequate apology. Okay, no, I will say this about Metroid Dread. Even though I don't agree with a lot of them, well, some of the mechanical decisions they made, unlike a certain other game, which will remain nameless, I don't think that the developers actively not hated. I don't think that the developers had an innate sense of superiority over the protagonist, let's say. Is that diplomatic enough? I don't think the developers were a bunch of fucking sexists. Huh? Yeah, see, I can't do it. I can't talk about Metroid without getting really riled up. I do think that their hearts were in the right place, and I don't know, I just wish that it had been like a really, really good game instead of just like a pretty good.
Like, okay,
game.
I think we are back on track more or less type of game.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to make another one?
Yeah. I think, and I'd be surprised if it wasn't from the same developers. I think that they're going to get another I hope that they are afforded the opportunity to maybe take it in a really different direction. You know? Like, here's what I want to see from... I want to see from whatever they do next. It's what I wanted out of the sequel to Metroid Fusion. Drastically re-envisioned power suit. Right? So... Okay, it did give me a free refill. Neat. Good grief. And that's propane. So those are explosives on propane. So I'm sorry, I'm saving like every 10 feet, but
No, every time I see you do it, I internal sigh of relief.
can I not disable them? I mean, they're lasers, so I can just do that.
But that's a very messy way to go.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
So what I wanted from the sequel to Metroid Fusion, and what I feel like they sort of hinted at the end of that game,
Uh-huh.
it was Samus and Adam on the run. So no more support, whatever relationship she had with the Federation, they were I think trying to
What?
Oh, but that's fine.
Okay.
Because I have the implanted rebreather.
Mm-hmm.
Good grief. Who would have set all of that up?
Weren't we just here?
I mean, the police drones, I understand. Yeah, but that's... No, it's been a while, because we went all the way to Golem. Huh. But the drones, those were police drones. That's easy enough. But who went down in the sewers and put gas traps and trip mines and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, I'm safe. That's cool. Thinking about doing some breaking and entering, because I think this is where I buy some biocells, so maybe I can just find some biocells just lying out in the open behind this locked door.